Hello, friends. I just got certified in Celestial Blue Star Reiki, and so I'm going to share my experience with the classes I took. If you're new here, my name's Sadie Smiley, and I'm sharing everything I'm learning along my awakening and ascension journey. Thank you for joining me. Most of this is really just for me, so I remember it later or can look back on it later and hopefully can use this to write my book. So I don't have a big production, and it might not be very interesting to you, but if you need some background noise, maybe I'm here and happy to help. So thank you for joining me. There's so much. I took probably 30 pages of notes, and I really don't know what's okay to share and what's not okay to share to like other people as far as like the symbols and stuff go. So I'm just going to kind of talk about it instead of showing. I have all these notes already. So the way he was explaining Celestial Blue Star Reiki is that it's the rainbow bridge between the human self and the higher self. It is the head and the heart together. It is life force energy from the Pleiades, Sirius, and Big Dipper triangle situation, trinity. There's so much that I drew and he talked about. So the Pleiadians are the architects, the Sirians are the designers, and the Big Dipper, also known as the Great Bear, is manifestation. That is the trinity he was talking about. He says, so his way of explaining manifestation is different than any other way I've heard it. He said, set your intention to manifest and then forget it. Like, just focus on the positive. That's what will happen. Set your intention and just leave it. Whereas with the manifesting I've always done, I set my intention, I create a vision board, I work towards it, all this. So he was more like hands-off passive manifestation. So that was interesting. Another interesting thing was when we walked in the room and got settled, he said we needed to flip our chakras. Flip our chakras. So 7 became 1, 6 became 2, 5 became 3, and then the heart chakra stayed where it was. So that was really confusing, because I'm just now understanding the chakras in an order and their names and all this, and he's like, hey, flip them. So that was really confusing. I did not feel, whenever he said flip them, he's like, does everybody feel that? And everybody's like, ooh, and no, I did not feel anything when I flipped my chakras. Though throughout the 2 days, a few times when I was envisioning flipping my chakras, I felt very dizzy and disoriented, just for a moment, just like a flash. I didn't like it. So either it's something I need to practice and get used to, or it's something that doesn't resonate with my body. So we'll have to see. There were a lot of things said in the class that I didn't love. Like the love and light and positivity and everything is great. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But one thing that just does not sit well with my soul here as a human on earth, I feel like I'm meant to help people. And that includes speaking out against the atrocities being committed against Black and brown people, especially right now. I'm here on earth in this time for a reason. And I feel like it is my obligation, my privilege, my responsibility, my mission to use my white privilege to amplify the voices that are speaking right now. I've always felt that way, for a long, long time. Not always, a long, long time. And so he was saying, I don't watch the news. I don't pay attention to this. I don't do this. I don't do this. And the people that were nodding, I was like, yeah, tell me you're white without saying you're white. Yes, you have the privilege of ignoring it, but is that really what we're supposed to be doing? We're here on earth in these bodies at this time, and we're just supposed to ignore the horrible things that are going on. And that really threw me off. I was wanting to be in Reiki mode and spirituality and all this, but it was really hard to hear, yeah, if you don't pay attention to the bad things don't happen, is kind of what the vibe was. And I didn't love that. There were a few notes that I took, and I was like, nope, didn't like that. I did get some good ideas while I was in meditation. One was I saw water and mermaids, and it gave me the idea, like it came to me to sell things that make women feel both beautiful and powerful, like empowered, and I love that. There were a lot of things I need to look up. A lot of things that I need to look up. It was a lot of information. I was just looking to see how many pages I had in here. And the last page, I didn't even remember writing this, was make videos about your first 3 months of awakening, how it started, what happened with your Reiki attunement, your psychic development class, your vertigo, your ascension symptoms. So that was very interesting that I didn't remember writing that, but that was an idea that came to me during meditation. The teacher did also explain that once you give a being a name, they're then put in a box, which I think it was Rachel Chamness that also kind of told me, like, not to worry so much about the names because they have so many aspects of them. They might not want to be put in that box. I think that's who told me. But I was like, maybe that's why my guides have been so reluctant to give me their names. I thought that was very interesting. He said there's no anxiety when you live in the now. Anxiety comes when we're constantly thinking about what's next, which is very true. We had to turn to our partners. We were sitting in twos. We had to turn to our partner and do an exercise. We did he said we turned water into air and air into water, and we carried the Merkaba inside of us. So we were breathing and like sending love basically to the other person's heart. Well, the person I was sitting with, she was either very powerful and I was feeling her energy, or she was a mirror, or both. And I was getting my energy back to me because I had to put my hands up. We were closing our eyes and breathing, but I had to put my hands up like this to kind of try to block it. And so I was going like this. And he was like, don't use your hands. I know it's hard as a Reiki person because you're used to using your hands, but don't use your hands. And I'm like, I wasn't using I didn't tell him this, but I wasn't using my hands to send anything. I was using my hands because that shit was crazy powerful. And I was like vibrating. And then when I put my hands down, I started crying, like just crying. And my partner said that she felt a lot of beings whenever we were having our connection. It was a very, it was very strong. It was very strong. So again, I don't know if she was a mirror and just giving my energy back to me, or if that was her energy. I couldn't tell. It was just very like full of love, but also very strong. He had us take the Reiki symbol names and make sentences out of them. So that was interesting. I created the sentences and I knew what they meant. And when he spoke light language, I knew what he meant. He didn't know, but I knew, but I didn't say anything. But I wrote it down. So I thought that was very interesting because I don't usually understand other people's light language. He also explained that Blue Star 1 gets you into the space, and then the master level gets you inside. So it gives you the keys to unlock. You use them to unlock the keys to the client. Also, with Blue Star, we did a self-attunement and self-initiation, which was different than the Usui Reiki. And then he had us do an exercise where we like meditated and we asked for a message, either for ourselves or for somebody else in the class. And I don't even remember what everybody else said. A couple people didn't get messages, and I don't know what the other ones said. I can't remember at all. But I didn't just get one message. I got keywords for every single person in the class. Even the lady who was just watching in on the class that I had no interaction with whatsoever. Like, there was minimal interaction with the two people in front. I didn't talk to at all. The next row, I knew one of the ladies from a witchy group, and then the other lady I didn't talk to at all. The two people in front of us, we kind of said hi, and they turned around and we would laugh at the same time or something. But there was no like chit chat. I didn't know who they were. And so I was having to look at their name tags to write down their names because I'm getting this message and I'm like, this message is for Annie. And I'm like, who's Annie? And it was the lady in the front. So I got keywords for every single person, and I was terrified to read them. He had us read say everything in front of everybody, which was really good for my throat chakra. But when I said everything, everyone except for one person said it resonated really well. And I think the one person that said it didn't resonate as well, or she didn't say it didn't resonate. She said she didn't know what it was. I think it'll make sense later. That's what I was getting. So that was probably the most interesting part to me, was doing that exercise and getting a message for everyone. But again, that confirms that, like, I want to be doing the psychic development stuff, right? Like, Reiki is great. I love helping and being the vessel for healing and all of these things, but it feels like I'm really meant to be digging into the psychic development stuff. And like I said in my other video, I don't know that I'm meant to do the mediumship, the talking to dead people thing is very emotional for people, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that's for me, but we'll see. I'm trying everything. Just like trance channeling, I tried it. I'm not sure if I love it, but I'm going to try it some more and see if I do. This is all new. Before, if I didn't like something, I tried it one time, didn't like it, hated it forever, never tried it again. So this is all so new, and I'm so excited, but I also have to be very careful because I feel like there's a lot of snakes out there in the spiritual world. Like, oh, get this certification and get this certification and help people with this way. Like, I want to help all the people. So I keep like getting sucked into these things. So I need to focus and ask my guides to like protect me, put a bubble around me, and take my credit card. For example, I'm not going to say the name of it, but there was a specific modality that there was a certification for. It didn't have the price. I had to get on a call, which I should have known better, but I was drawn to it. So I was like, maybe let's see. And this modality, not only would I have to bring my own clients in, they make you do this modality with another practitioner. So you get certified and pay $2,800, by the way, because of the conversion. It's like 2,000 pounds or something. You get certified, another person gets certified, and then you both have to do the session, and then you have to split the cost. But like, you have to bring the clients in. He's like, you bring the client in, and then you split with someone else. If I'm bringing the client in, fam, I'm not giving anybody 50%. Like, that doesn't make sense. The person who brings the client in is the one who's doing the lion's share of the work. That's 80% of the battle right there. So that's crazy to me. And he said it was like 150 a session for most people. Some people charge like 600 a session. Anyway, I realized that was not for me. So I need to make sure that I'm using my discernment. I'm putting it through the filters because I really wanted to help people in this way, but I'm like, that's not it. There's always someone else teaching something. So it's not like you're going to run out of, certifications and classes and courses and all this. I do notice though that I'm drawn more to live stuff lately. So I have a live tarot class that I'm attending every week online, and then a live psychic development class. And then I'm going to as many in-person things as I can. But my schedule is getting very busy. So I have to work on finding that balance. That's what this is all about for me, is finding that balance. So that is what I'm working on for the next, for the foreseeable future. I would love to hear your experience with all of these like certifications and modalities and all that. Maybe I'll find something else I want to do. Akashic records are on my list, as well as a few other things. Maybe that's another video, all the things that I want to learn.